Yo, what is up, my people? Today I'm bringing you another video, and in this video I am gonna show you one of the most insane pyro builds that you could put together, man. I had a lot of fun with my boy Oye last night. We were just theory crafting and putting these builds together. You don't need this exotic holster, but the Imperial Dynasty will make this build even better, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you everything you need to know to make this build, and I hope you guys enjoy it, man. Let's get it. All right, so before I start breaking the build down, I just want to show you a little bit of gameplay. This guy kind of it was a cool dude, man, and he went rogue on me right here, and he was on fire instantly. Couldn't really do much, bro, and it was pretty insane, man. The damage I was doing to him, I felt like I had on glass cannon, and it was just all the damages adding up. And man, this build, yeah, I tried like 3 different variations of this build, and a few of them stuck out to me, so those will be the ones that I'll be showing you and I'll be going over. Just to let you guys know, man, like, you will die when you're using this build, but you will have fun also. Make sure you don't burn yourself. This is the new YouTube video, and this one hopefully is fire. Literally, I hope you guys really like it. Let me know in the comments. But we'll start with the skills. This is the build. I'll explain every single piece to you. First off, we're going with Chem Launcher. We are using the Fire Starter Chem Launcher skill. This applies burn effect on affected target. You get 7. The ammo cooldown is 16 seconds, and you have 7. So if you have 6, it'll be 17 seconds until you get another, which will give you the maximum of 7. The radius is 3 meters. The cooldown is 20 seconds. The damage in PvE is 560 per initial burst, in my opinion. And then the burn damage over time, which is 12 seconds, is 280,000 per tick. Okay, really high damage. Right here we have 560 damage initially. So as you saw a little second ago, I was able to kill an enemy and just destroy him with the burn. Right here we have the PvP damage, which is 560. The initial burn once again. And then every tick will be 44,000, right? That's how I read it. That's how I understand it. If anything, just let me know if I'm wrong. I'll try to address it, right? But I think I'm right. All right, here we have 5 extra ammo, giving us the total amount of 7. 30% radius, 60% burn duration, and 60% burn damage. This is one of my favorite things to make enemies get burned and apply that status. And the reason we're applying that status is because we're getting a bunch of different buffs from having enemies just hit with a status, or put on a status effect, or specifically be put on a burn, right? So right here, this is my second favorite skill right now. There's a bunch of others. You could use the fire turret if you wanted to. You could use a stinger hive, and we were just testing all of this. Oye has a lot of knowledge about skills, and I feel like I personally like the most was the sticky and the chem launcher. I have an issue sometimes using the skills because I don't use skills too much. And you have to repeatedly tap that chem launcher to proc it. And here we have the burn, the sticky bomb, which is another skill which applies more burn. Okay, the cooldown is 18 seconds. The damage is 4 million in PvE. The duration is 40 seconds. Okay, the PvP damage is 887,000 damage. Okay, so you can one shot almost any DPS player because they'll have 600 to 700 armor, and most of them will be running glass cannon, which they'll be taking 60% more damage. All right, of course you're gonna die, but you will own 2. Okay, so here we have tier 6 burn damage 60%, duration 120, and skill haste 90%. I'll go ahead and I'll show you a clip right here, the sticky bomb.
Rogue Seeker mine detected. Everything's aboard and ready to go. Helo is headed back. Rogue hive detected.
So as you can see, I was able to secure the kill from the clip. All right, so now I'm gonna explain to you why I was able to get that second kill, right? So even though he wasn't burning, I didn't get that 25% damage, but I did proc 2 of the talents that I'm using right now. One of them being Wicked. So applying a status effect increases my total weapon damage by 18%. And then my chest, so damaging enemies with the skill increases total weapon damage by 15%. So right here we're at 33%. right? Extra incoming damage. And if a target is burning, we're at over 50% weapon damage with our skills doing their own work, doing their own damage, right? So this is easily one of my favorite builds right now. And in PvE, it absolutely destroys, yo. Like, I'm not lying to you guys, man. So here we have 2 Wyvern, and the skill damage and status effect works perfectly. If you've already made our status blind build, you'll have some pieces that you can use on this side. There's some other pieces that I would suggest also using, but let me finish here. So if you wanted to, you could run 3 China Light. I'm getting the most damage out of this right now, and status effect right here. So if you had like China Light gloves that were better than Golem gloves, you could run 3 China Light, right? But I'm running 2 right here. I'm getting that skill haste, that explosive damage, status effect, skill haste on all my gear. This happens to be like my better gear. That's kind of why I'm using this instead of anything else, right? This chest has never been recalibrated, so I could choose what I want to do with this. And I was thinking about rolling the talent off and changing it up, but I don't know. I don't know if in the future I might want to do something else or use something else. So I'll leave it like that for now. I believe I've covered everything gear-wise. I want to hit the holster up individually so you guys can understand. But you also don't need a holster, right? So like I was saying, you could rock any other... like if you don't have it, right? For example, you could just run 3 China Light, right? And that would be easily the status effect. You have the skill haste, the skill damage. If you wanted to change the skill damage, you could put skill haste. But I would suggest easily using 3 China Light, 2 Wyvern, 1 Golem for this build, because you want to have them enemies on fire for a good amount of time. And that's where your skill haste, where your status effect pops in, right? And your skill haste does bring back your skills faster. So make sure you got that status effect going with the build. And I like this build even more, and I even made the video because of this holster. And you don't need the holster, but this gives you a free burn, okay? So the cooldown is 40 seconds. I believe skill haste affects that. And yeah, so Dragon's Glare is the talent we're using. While in combat, apply burn to the closest enemy within 20 meters, okay? So I'll show you some clips of that right there.
Yeah,
too. All right, let's see how long it lasts. All right, you ready? Oh, no, don't switch guns, okay? All right, let's see how long it'll last. Here we go. Go ahead. All right, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my God. Almost 15 seconds, bro. All right, so we both get procced anything under 20 meters. All right, so that's how the holster works. A very cool part of this build, but not like a necessary part of the build. And yeah, yo, so now I'll jump into the specialization. So I went through a few specializations. I was thinking survivalist would be nice for the fire nades, right? And maybe also getting that group members 10% damage to targets with status effects, and gaining that 10% skill haste. Demolitionist seemed pretty cool. I tried the mortar turret a little bit. I just don't like how much you have to aim it and use it personally, but that's just my preference. And I ended up going with this tree right here because on armor break applies burn to enemies within 5 meters. So, you know, that's really powerful. And also all allies deal 10% damage to enemies that are within 10 meters of me. And lastly, 20% burn duration is amazing. 30% health on kill. And that's about it. That's the only things I really found like super useful from this tree. And yeah, the striker shield is also good. You could use that if you wanted to as like, you know, as in a group and stuff like that. But that's about it. That's why I use this tree, because of the burn duration and burn on armor break. Pushes me, and then he gets instantly put on fire once he breaks my armor. Some more gameplay I was able to get. These guys just went rogue on us, and look at how I just shred through them. Oh my goodness. And yeah, like burn enemies that break your armor. Basically use this K8 jet stream flamethrower to put targets on fire. There's just so many different things. You could use a turret, like I said, once again. You could use any skills really that you prefer, but I highly suggest that you use a skill that's putting them on fire, okay? As far as the Pyromaniac, man, you can farm targeted loot assault rifles. As soon as you get one, I would highly suggest that if the damage is looking pretty good, that you start paying attention to the damage out of target, because this damage is multiplicative, and this damage gives you a higher value than armor damage. And also, most targets are out of cover and don't have armor, so this makes this like the best damage as far as I'm concerned on a weapon. Another thing you could use too is the send off. Perfectly rooted while equipped and in cover, all skill damage and healing is increased by 30% for 15 seconds. Buff is lost when you exit cover. Can occur every minute, okay? And this just has to be holstered. This does not have to be equipped, all right, for that to work. And lastly, everlasting gaze. And the reason you use this is for headshots. Grant 50% status effect damage and duration to the next status effect you apply. And the cooldown is 16 seconds. So you could do this pretty often. And yeah, that's how you're able to get burns to last for like 20 seconds. And now with this tree that we're using, with the flamethrower tree, the firewall, we're basically able to get 20% longer duration on those burns. And yeah, everything just synergizes really well. You get good weapon damage out of it, because Spark, all you have to do is use the skill to get the damage, and Wicked, when you apply any status effect, you get more weapon damage for 20 seconds, and they last pretty long, you know, 15 and 20 seconds. You could clear out a room of NPCs, you could clear out a lobby of players, whatever. But yeah, man, just enjoy the build. I hope you like this video. I worked on it pretty hard this morning, and I got a lot of gameplay last night. Once again, shout out to my boy Oye, always in my channel, always jumping in my games, always 3 crafting with me. I appreciate you, Poppy. And let me go ahead and show your character right here if anybody wants to check him out, or if you already know him. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, if I missed anything, maybe I can help you, what you look forward to. And yeah, man, thank you again for watching my content. Stay blessed, and I'll catch you later, alligator.